Hello, how are we? Hope we're all good. First video for ages actually. Had some stuff on, had a few some drum things that unfortunately didn't turn up. I was hoping to do. I bought a 1970s Premier marching snare, which was going to be lovely. It had the top snare and the bottom snare. You get two. It was sent. I bought it. It was sent. The courier company managed to smash it to pieces. What a shame. Piece of history gone because someone couldn't do their job properly. Amazing. So I lost out on that. I'm just waiting for possibly a Ludwig chrome over wood that I'm looking to buy, which is I think it's a rocker badge, which is like black and silver. So I think it's like late 70s, early 80s. And there's also a Pearl snare drum I'm buying, which is a Sensitone. I've never had a Pearl before. I've got a Pearl export kit and stuff somewhere, but I've never had the snare before, so I'm looking at doing that. But they're to come. But anyway, I just thought I'd do a little quick update on snare wires. So I've been buying recently Puresound, Puresound snare wires. And I've never really paid much attention to wires before. I always just, the wires that were on the drum I used, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I started getting into Puresound wires, and I just came across, I just thought I'd show you them quickly. It's ones I've never used before. I've got a Luddy, you might have seen it on one of the other videos, snare drum video I did. I've got a nice big maple Ludwig, and I've got a 42 strand on the bottom of that. 36, 42, one of them. But that sounds great. But I've got, I thought I'd try these offset wires, which I'll show you now. I just put them on a drum. They're called equalizer, Puresound equalizers, and they're offset, so they're missing the middle bit of the snare. I've put it on, I've got here an Olympic, 70s Premier Olympic, in black diamond, which is gorgeous. Black pearl, black diamond, whatever you want to say. It's mahogany, as you can see in there, look. Beech reinforcement rings, lovely snare drum. Nice bit of mahogany. Sorry about that light, there she is. But there's the snare wires, as you can see. I'm just going to try and do it without catching the light too much. There they are. So as you can see, offset snare wires. And the point being is, I'll keep it this way so you can't see, they cut the middle bit of the snare out, which they say is, it gives more of a, less of a snare sound as in wires, more of an acoustic drum sound, so you hear the shell more rather than the wires. There you can see how they look, and they're quite good actually. I like them. Yeah, look, as you can see, there they go. So you're missing that middle bit. So I think these are 24, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah. These are 24 strand. I think you can get a bit more than that. But with it being a mahogany drum, it's richer, the tone's richer and it's warmer, and I just thought, after reading, you know, the description of them, I thought, well, I'd like to hear the shell a bit more. So again, the idea being with the middle bit taken out, there's less snare wire, therefore you can hear the drum more rather than the actual wires. Unfortunately I can't, I have neighbours and it's in UK now it's 3 o'clock, so they're here. So if it was night time, we don't have neighbours at night time, I'd be banging this. But let me just see if I can give you a little without them going mental. I don't know even if that's, this is done on a laptop, you see, so the thing isn't, the microphone isn't very good, but they're sharp and crisp. And again, that's in the description actually, that the tone you get from them is a much more sharper and drier, crisper sound, which I like. I don't like overtones on snares, hence, you know, I've got some moon gel there. So yeah, I'm not overly keen on overtones, especially on metal drums. I've got quite a few metal snares, but I just think that really pingy sound is a bit too much. So I tend to use Moon Gel, and I tend to use, on this is a vintage Emperor on this, but I'm going to change that. I tend to use Power Stroke 3s, I quite like. But back to the snare wires anyway, that's another thing that kind of attracted me to them, was the fact that it gives you a drier, crisper sound, which it does, to be fair. I mean, when you give this a proper crack with a rim shot, it's nice and it's snappy, you know. Bah! There's no overtones, there's no ring. And I do tend to have them quite tight. I mean, they're not too bad. I do tend to have them quite tight because I like a real sharp snap. So these have been really good, actually. So yeah, I'd recommend them. Give them a little try. But I do like Puresound wires. Now I've started to get into them. I think it's probably, in England, in the UK, they're 20 quid, you know. I don't know what that is in dollars. It's what, $30 or something maybe, but they're just made better, and I do like the sound of them, to be honest. I've got a couple of different variations. Like I said, I've got a 36 strand, which are, you know, like that big right across the Ludwig, because it's a big drum. Then they do your normal strands, 16, 12, 20, you can get loads, or these offset ones. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you, and if anyone else has tried any different types, give us a shout, you know, leave a comment or whatever. Also, quickly, I did try, it's the first time I've ever used an Evans head. This one is an Evans Level 360. And yeah, again, it sounds quite nice. Sounds okay. I don't like hazy. You know, you get that snare drum, some snare heads, and they're hazy. And it's just a bit toppy for me. It's a bit, you know, I don't like that. So I was looking for something clear, and this was all they had, and I thought, well, I've never used Evans. I'm a Remo guy, really, so we'll use an Evans. And it seems okay up to now. So yeah, maybe give them a try as well. But see what you think of these. That's them anyway. Puresound equalizers, they're called. I'll just get it in nice and close so you can see it. There she is. There's the old Puresound. That's quite a good angle so you can see what they're like, see the quality of them. They are really nice. And what is quite nice, just quickly, is that they, I don't know whether you can see it. Oh yeah, there you go. See them edges? We're looking at the copper edges here. They sit away from the snare drum. Can you see? There you go. See that corner just sticking up? That's so there's no part of the snare pushing against the head and dulling it in effect. So they sit up as well, which is quite nice. So there you go. 70s mahogany ollie with Puresound equalizer snares. Give them a go, see what you think. If you've got a different combo, let me know. Other than that, hopefully I'll have some new drum stuff to show you, and maybe to restore in the next week or so. As I say, I'm just waiting for these eBay bids to go through, and we should be golden. So anyway, nice to speak to you. Please subscribe, tell your friends. I'm just trying to build a little channel, so any subscribers, I think I'm up to 13 or something now, which is really good. Yeah, subscribe in, I'll subscribe back to you guys, and let's converse across the world. So I'll speak to you soon, and thanks for watching. Okay, see you soon, bye.